Good morning, Brandcliff House. Now, we're going to discuss a bit of a question today. And the question is one you've probably been asked many times before. It's probably one that people ask you right now, especially as you think about returning to school after a bit of an extended lockdown. And that question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be if you are grown up? And while it is a very common question that people like to ask, teachers included, parents, other people in your family, it's actually the wrong type of question. It's the wrong question to ask you. It's a very unhelpful question. Whereas a better question to ask you is, what problem do you want to solve? And as you look around, well, there are many problems in the world, things like climate change, or social problems, illiteracy, problems with education, gender-based violence. There are a lot of real big problems in the world that require solving. And we might have some passions and might be passionate about some issues that we do want to solve. And that's great. If you're not sure of what problems you want to solve, it's a great time to start thinking, what am I passionate about? What issues do I feel strongly about that I want to solve? And once you have solved that first question of what do you want, what problems do you want to solve, you can then move to the second question. And the second question we can ask ourselves is, how do I want to go about solving that problem? And we want to go about solving the problem in a way that uses our own unique abilities and talents and gifts. So for example, if you did want to solve something like climate change, people would say to you, you need a degree in environmental science, and you need to understand global policy, and you need to do this and this and this, and study meteorology, and follow this certain path. Whereas your skill set might lie in a different direction completely. You might be a gifted writer, you might be a gifted photographer, you might be a gifted programmer. So you might want to go about solving the problem in a completely different way. And that's great, because we need to solve the problem in a way that's in tandem with our abilities and gifts and skills. And if you do not know what those gifts and skills are, then now's the time to start thinking, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? What skills do I have that I would really like to develop and use to maybe solve some issues and problems that I see in the world around me? And once we understand that, we can move to the third and final question. And that question is, what skills and knowledge and abilities do I need to now solve that problem using my skills? We need to ask ourselves, who else in the world is trying to solve that problem in the way that I would like to, using my skills and abilities? For example, some people do work on climate change issues, but using other gifts like writing or education or photography or art. So we can solve problems using entirely different skill sets than the skill sets people expect from us. And if you follow that third step, we would think, what people are trying to solve this problem in the same way? How can I get in touch with them? How can I connect with them? What skills do I need to master? How can I work on my abilities? Maybe I'm a gifted writer or photographer. How can I develop those skills? Who else is a role model for me that I can connect with, and I can kind of follow their career and track their progress? And if you're not sure if you don't know that stuff, you can now spend time thinking on what's been done before, what's the current state in the world around me, are there any other things that people haven't picked up? Are there articles I need to read? Are there blogs by people in that industry, or trying to solve that problem in the same way? And by doing that, instead of thinking, what are we going to be someday? If we start thinking of those things, what problems do we want to solve? How do we want to solve them with our own unique gifts, strengths, and abilities? And what other knowledge will I need to solve those problems? Then you don't have to wait until you leave school, or you don't have to wait for anything. You can begin that process right now. And if you do that throughout your whole life, then you will continuously be learning, you will continuously be looking at the world around you, you will always be trying to make things better. And that is a great way to think of learning throughout your life, not only at school, but even beyond. So I challenge you to try this. Try and think of, look at the world around you, think of some of the issues that you want to solve. Have a great week.